Welcome to Weeping Willow Homestead. Today I have a food pantry haul for you. This is our county-run food pantry. You are allowed to come in 2 times a month. One of the times you choose what day you come in, and it is a shop, so you get to pick and choose what you want. So say there's a shelf of canned vegetables, you get to pick 4 canned vegetables off the shelf. The other day is what's called Commodities Day, and it's the more government subsidized items, so the more like government funded things instead of locally donated items. And that was today, and it is you push your cart through and you get what you get. You don't get a choice, except for they'll be like, today you could choose between blueberries and strawberries, that kind of thing. But it's not as big of a selection. But they always do good on this one. You always get some kind of protein, some kind of dairy, fruit, shelf-stable things, frozen things. It's like a nice mixture of everything. And I think this is meant to feed like a household of 1 or 2 for a week or 2. Like, it's not, the food pantry is never meant to supply all of your needs. This is just kind of to fill in. But the idea behind this one is that technically you could eat you could eat this and nothing else for a week and have everything that you needed. So let's jump in and see what we were blessed with. So first things first is we could choose between a pork loin or some pulled pork, like pre-cooked pulled pork, and I definitely wanted to choose this pork loin because come on, look at it. The pulled pork would be great for a single older person who doesn't want to have to cook an entire pork loin. They also did have bags of fish, and I passed on that this time because I know I've still got a bag of fish in the freezer, and we're just not huge fish eaters. I don't like it at all. My kids are hit and miss on it, and so it was one of those where I was like, yeah, I think we're going to pass on that this time. And I very rarely do that. She even said, wow, I think that's the first time you've ever passed on something. And I was like, yeah, it was just one of those where it's just not something that I feel like we're going to use a whole lot of. Anyway, we also got a 2-pound bag of shredded cheese, which is awesome, always useful. There are let me see if I can see, 2.5-pound bags of blueberries, frozen, awesome. I was a little disappointed because they were giving out, you could pick 2 bags of blueberries, 2 bags of strawberries, or 1 of each, and they ran out of strawberries, and I was like, oh darn. But my kids will be ecstatic about getting blueberries because that's a favorite in our house. All right, canned goods. There is a can of sliced potatoes, a can of diced potatoes, 3 sliced carrots, 4 green beans, 1 veg all. These are awesome for making vegetable soup, chicken pot pie, like casseroles, those kind of things. Cottage pie or shepherd's pie, either one of those, awesome. I didn't have that turned right. A thing of whole kernel corn and a thing of collard greens. So all of those are super nice just on having a shelf-stable item that is a quick, these even have the pop tops, which is awesome. A thing of split yellow peas. 3 things of these premium white chicken. These are so useful, so useful. I've used them to make chicken nuggets, used them in soups, on top of salads, making chicken salad with it. Just super useful. 3 bags, so 3 pounds total of walnuts. Those are going for muffins for the most part. I need to come up with some other things to do with them. I do put them in like trail mix, and in muffins and like banana bread, but I need to come up with some different things to do with them. We've tried making walnut milk, like you would make almond milk with it, and it wasn't a huge hit. So all right, and just a quick tip, store your nuts in the freezer if you know that you're not going to eat them within the next 3 months or so, or they can go rancid, like the oils in them can go rancid, but if you stick them in the freezer, they'll last indefinitely. Okay, pastries. She gave us this little thing. I am assuming it has no label on it. They look like they are probably pumpkin. So mini muffins are just fine with me. And then she went ahead and gave us 2 of these. This is a cheese pocket Danish, and then these are an apple turnover. And there were 4 in there, and I was sitting out in the car answering some text messages, and my kids carried them in, and my second youngest informed me that Daddy had eaten one of those. He's been told on a 10-pound bag of russet potatoes, and then I think these are usually a 3-pound bag, if I remember correctly, of yellow onions. So super useful on those too. This is one of those where I'm kind of looking at it going, okay, thaw this out and cut it in half. Cut half of it into pork chops, and you've got, depending on the size of your family, you've got, if it's just you've got probably 5 meals out of that. I could see getting probably 10 pork chops out of that, 10 like thin sliced or 5 thick cut. And then the other half you could make into pulled pork. So you've got pulled pork. You could do over a baked potato or over mashed potatoes with that. You've got breakfast. You could buy some yogurt, do some blueberries and some walnuts on top. Or you could even do cereal and do walnuts and blueberries on it. You could do, with that pork, you've got all of your vegetable sides back there that you can do. The diced potatoes, drain them, dry them really well, and make hash browns with them. And for one person, that's at least 2 servings right there with some eggs with it. You've got muffins and danishes for breakfast that you could do with eggs. There are a lot of different meals. You can do lunches with this. This makes an awesome soup. Dice up some of the meat, do your split peas and that can of veg-all, and make a nice simple soup with it with some onions and potatoes mixed in. Super awesome. Like, that's one thing that I like about this one, is that they do a really good job of making sure that you just kind of have a variety of stuff that you can use for all different meals, all different, you can eat nothing but this and have nothing added to it and make it work. So, all right. If you need help, please seek it out. There will be a link in the show notes of how to find a food pantry in your area. They are there for you. They are there to support you and love on you. Most of the time, the majority of the food that is at the food pantry that's at the other one, the one that you get to choose, is all items that are expired or almost expired or overstock or a dented can or something like that, that it was going in the trash. So you're saving food from going to the trash. This is all things that your tax money is going to supply. All of this, except for these are the, items that are about to expire. But all of this is things that your tax money was paying for. So you're paying for this, and it's awesome if you don't need this. It's awesome if you are supplying that for community. But when you do need it, that's what it's there for. That's why you're paying the taxes. You pay the taxes to use the roads. You pay the taxes to use your library. You pay the taxes to use your public schools. You pay the taxes to get help if you need help. That's what these services are there for. So if you need help, seek it out. Let them love on you, even if it's just for 1 month or the next 18 months. Who knows? Whatever it is that you need, they're there to work with you. So, all right, I'm going to put these things away, and then we're probably going to figure out some lunch, which may involve some of that. So, all right. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye and God bless.